Good day, class. In this video, we are going to talk about the ascending, descending, floating, and sinking (ADFS). Describe the tendency towards the direction of the movement of the herb. Ascending, moving upwards; descending, moving downwards; floating, moving outwards; sinking, moving inwards. So these four directions actually describe the tendency of herbs, just in general, moving outwards or downwards, moving out of the body or moving in, collecting or hiding. So these four aspects actually are very similar to the qi movements. So the question here, how to determine the ADFS? The ADFS will be determined by the natures, the flavors, the properties of the herbs. It also can be affected by the processing method, the application in a formula, also the use of guiding herbs. For example, ascending and floating. Ascending and floating have the trend to move outwards and edge outside. Descending and sinking, moving downwards or edge inside, so exterior or interior. Ascending and floating is yang, descending and sinking is yin. From the nature, ascending and floating mostly are warm or hot. Descending and sinking mostly are cold and cool. Pungent, sweet, ascending and floating. Sour and bitter, salted, descending and sinking. The property here, so we have mentioned in the previous slides, 树叶 very light, can go to the lung, can move outwards because it's very light, so it can ascend to the lung. Flowers, leaves, stem of grasses, etc. Descending from the property of the herb, such as fruits, minerals, shells, etc. So something very heavy, it can descend. Something very light, it can move upwards, ascend. Also from the action, dispel exterior pathogens, activate qi, ascend viscerals, cause vomiting. Here is the dislocation of internal organs, because the herbs can help to move outwards, because the herbs can help to relieve exterior, can act outside, so it can help exterior pathogens. Can cause vomiting. Why it can cause vomiting? It's also because of ascend. So we can use some herbs to cause vomiting, to cause something to move outwards, to vomit the undesired food in the stomach. Herbs with descending and sinking can cause diarrhea because it moves up downwards, can clear the heat, purging, can dispel dampness because dampness is an yin pathogen, it moves downwards, can stop vomiting, so these two are opposites. Vomiting, something move outwards. How to stop vomiting? We need to use something move downwards, that's from descending and sinking. Stop coughing, stop bleeding. Coughing, also the excess qi move outwards, so we need to bring the qi downwards to stop coughing. From the location, the symptoms, in the upper body or the exterior, then we use the herbs with ascending or floating function. All the disease trend moving downwards, such as the dislocation of the viscerals. Descending and sinking opposites in the lower body and interior. All the disease moving downwards. All the disease moving outwards. So we're going to use the herbs to move downwards, such as vomiting, coughing, or even sweating, moving outside, so we're going to use the herbs to move inside. The herb, for example, the herbs 麻黄、生麻 or 瓜蒌、败者石. So these are the examples of the differences between ascending and floating and descending and sinking. How can the processing method affect the direction? Vinegar, ginger, wine, and salt. If we process the herbs with the ginger, we can create or we can improve the function of floating. If we stir fry with the wine, we can create this ascending. Stir fry with vinegar, sinking. Stir fry with salt, descending. So that's the processing method. If we need to change the direction of the tendency of the herbs, we can use these different methods, these different processing methods. You also can use the other method if you use the herbs in a formula. In a group of ingredients, in a group of herbs, in one formula, we normally have more than 8 different kinds of herbs. 8 to 12 is the most common herbs, most common ingredients in one formula. It can be more, but in these 8 to 12 different herbs, you can choose more heavy herbs and less light herbs, which means you choose more fruits or roots or the minerals. Then it will make the formula descend. If you use less heavy herbs, more light herbs, you can result in ascending. For example, a patient suffers from flu or common cold, suffers from coughing, headache, there's something in the upper part of the body from the head all along. Then we want the formula to act in the upper part of the body. We want to ascend the formula. So we will choose some leaves. We will choose more leaves to assist to help the formula move upwards, to ascend to the lung or the head. The guiding herb. We also can use the guiding herb in one formula. Although the formula stay, or if you use the even heavy herbs and light herbs, and then if you want to make the formula move outwards, then you can add jaggum. If you want to make the formula move downwards, for instance, if you want to treat some diseases in the lower part of the body, you can add niuxi. Then the formula will be descending. If you add jaggum, the formula will be ascending. That's due to the guiding herbs.